Then in 2023, I found Robert Kennedy Jr. I listened to him on podcasts and interviews, and I even read his books. And through listening to him, I realized that my daughter is more than likely vaccine injured. So I supported him for president. And in doing so, I spoke to my family about him. And that caused my mom to block my phone number. And that caused my best friend of a decade to scream at me on the phone for 10 minutes. And I know that this was caused by the Democratic Party. I was a lifelong Democrat. My parents were Democrats and my grandparents were Democrats. My uncle is even such a big donor to the DNC that for the last 20 years, I've seen pictures of him with the presidential nominees. For 20 years, I've been able to vote and have pretty much voted down ballot Democrat. I will never vote for a Democrat again. I've made the decision that I am no longer a Democrat. It was a process. It started back in 2021. My husband and I received a lot of pressure from family members to vaccinate our kids. My daughter doesn't take vaccines well, and we just weren't sure, so we took a wait and see approach and eventually decided that we weren't going to vaccinate them. His family had an issue with that, and that issue ballooned into a problem, which made them come to the decision that they didn't want to communicate with us anymore. His parents haven't seen us in person or talked to us on the phone. They haven't sent their grandkids a Christmas card or a birthday card or even a happy birthday text message for over 2 years. In 2022, my son got kicked out of the school play. He was in 8th grade and he had a lead role in the school musical. But he noticed that there were girls in the play who were pressuring other girls to declare their pronouns. And he spoke up about it, and he spoke up about gender, and that got him kicked out of the school play. Then in 2023, I found Robert Kennedy Jr. I listened to him on podcasts and interviews, and I even read his books. And through listening to him, I realized that my daughter is more than likely vaccine injured. So I supported him for president. And in doing so, I spoke to my family about him. And that caused my mom to block my phone number. And that caused my best friend of a decade to scream at me on the phone for 10 minutes. And I know that this was caused by the Democratic Party. I watched as they smeared Bobby Kennedy in the press, in publications. They lied about him. They paid social media influencers to vilify him and to constantly spread lies about him. The Democrats also kept him out of the primary, kept him out of the debate, and then they started to sue him off of ballots. And when they did that, it was easy at that point for me to make the decision that I would never vote for a Democrat again. The Democrats say that they're for democracy, that they're fighting for democracy, that they're about joy, that they're about inclusion. But there's nothing about this party that screams democracy, joy, or inclusion to me. They made the decision easy because, like Bobby Kennedy says, I didn't leave the party. The party left me, and I'm never going back. I choose to walk away, and I would suggest and encourage anyone else who's on the fence to walk away.
For more great videos, download the Walkaway Social app at walkawaysocial.com. Share your testimonial and join our community.